Okay, in today's video, we're going to be looking at fraction. So, title at the top is fraction. For physics and learning, you've got 1, 2, 3 questions. Pause the video and have a go at these. Okay, so once you've done, answers are here, self-mark, have a go. Any issues, just comment away and I can sort of deal with that there and then. But should be nothing more than a warm-up. Okay, before you start, let's just have a go at this question here. Pause it, have a go, and then let's have a quick look. So Tonya and Trini are twins. Their friends give them identical cakes for their birthday. Tonya eats 1/8 of her cake, and Trini eats 1/6 of her cake. How much cake is left? That's the question. Okay. Well, Tonya has 7/8 left, and Trini has 5/6 left. So we have to add them up. Now, when we add fractions, we need to have the same denominator. So, well, 8 and 6 have a lowest common multiple of 48. So we're going to times the left hand side one by 6 and this one by 8. So that gives us 42/8 plus 40/8. And that leaves us with, oh, sorry, anyone spot my mistake? 8 times 6 is 48, and 6 times 8 is 48. So, add them up. We're going to do is 82 over 48, and now we can convert that to a mixed number. 48 goes into it once, and that leaves us with 234 over 48. And we can simplify that down to 1 and 17 over 24. And there you are, that's how much cake is left. Okay, so in your book, that was me doing the answer earlier. In your book, you put model, and you're going to write underneath it, key point, the reciprocal of the number n, so any number is 1 over n. Or you can also write that as n to the minus 1. Okay, so what does that mean? I'll find the reciprocal of these numbers. So 11, well, any whole number can be written as 11 over 1. The reciprocal, we're just going to flip these numbers. Therefore, the reciprocal of 11 is 1 over 11. Okay, what's the reciprocal of what's the reciprocal of 0.256? Well, what I like to do first is convert 0.256 to a fraction. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to times it by 1,000, and that gives me 256 over 1,000, because that equals our 0.256. And then the reciprocal is we just flip the fraction, and that gives me 1,000 over 256, and that can be simplified down to 125 over 32. Another way you can do it is the reciprocal is 1 over the number. So another method, 1 over 0.256. We want to simplify that down, and again that equals, if you type that in your calculator, it'll be simplified to 125 over 32, because we're just doing times 125 times 125 top and bottom. So fraction is the same, and that's our answer there. Again, these are all calculator questions. So let's solve this one here. Well, the reciprocal of 4.8 is going to be 1 over 4.8. And to get that as whole numbers, we can times them both top and bottom by 5. That's going to leave us as 5 over 29. Last one, reciprocal of 4 over 5, flip the fractions, 5 over 4. Okay. So Pause the video here, find the reciprocal of these numbers. I want you to also look at, again, you want to be using a calculator for question 5. You don't need a calculator. There'll be no calculator for question 6. And then what happens when you multiply a number by its reciprocal? Have a think when you're doing this. Okay, pause the video here, have a go. Okay, here are your answers. Any issues, just comment away. I can help you out. Okay, model. Okay, when we multiply a mixed number at a fraction, we want to convert it all to improper fraction. So that's going to equal, for question 1, I'll make it a bit clearer, 6/5, because all I'm doing here, I'm doing the 5 times the 1, I'm adding it on here, times 1/7. And when we multiply fractions, numerators multiply together, 6 times 1 over 5 times 7, 6/35. Okay. Here, question 2. Convert them all to improper fractions, so we're going to get 8/3 times 13/4, and that's going to give us 104/12. Can that be simplified? Yes, we can simplify that down to 52/6. And if we can go one more, 26/3. There we are. And you want to convert that at the end, we can have that as 8 2/3. Okay. Now, division, as we know, we're going to keep our original one, 3.5. We're going to, actually, let's rewrite this, make it so show you how this works. 3.5 divided by 4/1. I'm going to convert our 3.5 to a improper fraction. 7.5 divided by 4/1. And now, as we know with division, we're going to keep the original one. We're going to flip the other one, and we're going to change the division to multiplication. And now that just gives us 7/8. Again, last one, 3 2/7 divided by 7/18. Convert the 3 2/7 to an improper fraction. So you're going to get 23/7 divided by 7/18. So it's division, so we're going to keep the original one. We're going to flip the second fraction, and we're going to change the symbol. So you're going to want to grab a calculator for this one. So 23 times 18, and that's going to give us 23 times 18, 414 over 49, and we can convert that to a mixed number, just good practice, equals 8 and 22/49. There you are. Okay. Here's some practice questions. Pause the video and complete these now. At the end, have a little reflection. What happens here? So, here are your answers on the next slide. And yes, dividing by a fraction is the same as multiplying by a reciprocal. So that's what we're doing, aren't we? So for example, 3 divided by a half is the same as 3 multiplied by 2/1. And that equals 6/1, which equals 6. So yes, it is true. Divided by a fraction is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal of that fraction. So we're going to do a big tick. Okay, Last one, let's have a look at this. Model, when we add up mixed numbers, what can we do first? Well, we all know 2 plus 3 is 5. And now we're left with 3/10 and a half, so plus 3/10 plus a half. Well, we need to get the same denominator, so 5 plus 3/10. This 2 here, we're going to times it by 5. Top and bottom by 5, so we're going to add on 5 over 10. And now we should have equals 5. 3 plus the 5 is 8, and 5 and 8/10. And there we are. Have a go at this one. Copy and complete the calculation, and then work out question 12. I'm just going to show you one more example. I actually want to show you what happens. Yeah, I want to show you one more example very quickly. 2 and 8/10 plus 2 and 4/5. 2 plus 2 is 4 plus 8/10 plus 4/5. That's what we got left over. Okay, I'm going to convert this. I'm going to double it. So times it by 2, both top and bottom. 8 over 10 plus 8 over 10 plus 4. 4 plus 16 over 10, and then that's 4, and well, plus we're going to convert this one here to a mixed number, 1 and 6/10, and we get a final answer of 5 and 6/10, and that can be simplified down to 5 and 3/5. I appreciate that was going pretty fast, but it's just showing you an example. So have a go at these questions, and hopefully I'm not in the way. Move myself over here. Okay, I'm not going to give you the answers for these. I'm going to mark them myself. And then lastly, application question. So this is the last thing. So pause it here and have a go at this and scan your work in so I can mark it. Any issues, comment away, and I'll happily help. And I'll see you guys all next week.